Making the jump and transitioning into a new school is never easy, especially when that jump is college. Meet Amy Eizenga, a second-year student at South Suburban College. Amy is a music major, a tutor, and a right side hitter on the volleyball team. This transition to college was a little more different for Amy than most people. From kindergarten through high school, Amy was homeschooled.
My family decided to homeschool me because they felt that the best education would be at home because the school books that we use, the material was really good.
Up until about 1850, homeschooling was commonplace. While there has been a revival over the past few decades in this education movement, only about 2 to 3 million children are learning at home in the United States.
I thought it was best for Amy to be homeschooled because my husband and I believed that the materials that were there for homeschoolers were excellent, and there are many advantages of homeschooling.
Some of these advantages include flexibility in how and what students learn, adjusting learning styles, and the strengthening of family bonds, a must for the Eizenga family as the remaining 6 children still get homeschooled. One of the biggest reasons parents like homeschooling is encouraging their children to follow their passions.
She liked to play piano. In fact, she would often get in trouble for being on the piano when she should have been doing her school.
There's just something about music that just captivates me, and playing the piano is just like, I don't know, it just takes me away. I also write music too, and when I play the music that I'm composing, it's like my escape. Like, it makes me feel a lot better.
So why, after so many years of homeschooling, did Amy decide to go to SSC?
I decided to come to SSC because it was convenient, it's close by, and it just seemed to really work out with my schedule. It had the music classes that I needed to take.
I thought South Suburban was a good school for Amy after high school because she wasn't quite sure what she wanted to do yet. She had lots of interests, and then she wasn't sure which one she wanted to start with. So it was just good to start out with her music classes and some business classes.
Once she stepped into the classroom, Amy wowed her professors with her talent.
She certainly has an abundance of talent. She's a good pianist, she's a good singer. One of the things about Amy that makes her a very talented individual, and one of the ways that I look at talent, is talent in terms of work, in terms of motivation. And she is a good, hard worker. That counts for a lot.
After excelling in the fundamental music classes, Amy was invited to become a music tutor to help out her peers.
Amy helps them to review the course material, the class lectures, show the students how to do the assignments, and prepare them for taking the tests and exams.
Because I am tutoring them in the class I took before, it's kind of reinforcing everything I already learned and making me learn it better myself.
We have, in the music department, had several students who come to us from a homeschooling background, and I have found almost without exception that all of those students are very strong students. They seem very well adjusted, they seem very steady, they seem as though they have had the opportunity to do perhaps more in-depth study than is possible when you're in a classroom situation.
Before I came here, there was a lot that I wanted to learn about music, a lot of things that I saw in songs that I didn't understand, and with their help I was able to understand a lot more, and I'm going to continue learning it.
She feels like she's learning in her classes, that she's learning new things, and she's made some friends there and she's enjoying it.
Some of these new friends that Amy found have come from the volleyball team. Without playing for a high school, how did Amy wind up on SSC's team?
Well, when I came here, I was getting my school ID, and one of the guys who was doing that asked me if I played any sports, so I told him I played volleyball, and he's like, "Oh, well, you should check out the volleyball team."
That simple suggestion led Amy to try out for the volleyball team and become a walk-on. Growing up, Amy played on a homeschooled volleyball team and participated in volleyball camps. Who knew that her summers spent playing in recreational leagues would lead her to a scholarship?
We weren't really familiar with the scholarships at SSC, but she was very thrilled that she was able to get a volleyball scholarship to help pay tuition, and she is enjoying being on the team.
Homework, tutoring, practicing, volleyball. One would think this busy schedule would be a lot for this former homeschooler.
Amy is a very highly motivated person. She wants to succeed, she wants to do well, and indeed she does well on many fronts, academically, musically, in terms of sports, in terms of anything else.